Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing this morning? This is Lonnie Hills with Lonnie Hills Flatline Fitness. This is where we burn calories, we flatline fat, and we strengthen our heart. We also learn nutritional facts so that we can consume the proper foods to help us live a longer, healthier, and stronger lifestyle. Because that's what it's about, baby. Being strong, being healthy, so that we can enjoy the fruits of our labor throughout life. Because everyone has to work. And you don't want to just work and not enjoy the fruits of your labor. So here we go. Today's topic is the human movement system. I chose this topic because I feel that it's very important for us to know and understand the process and how the human movement system works. Basically, how the body functions on a day-to-day basis, and why you get to move your fingers, why you feel and you can tell that this is a cloth, or this is, you touch this and this is hard wood and whatever, you know. So there's a network of communication that happens within the body that's consistent of the human movement system, and I think that is very important for us to understand this. So boom, basically, let me tell you what the human movement system is. The human movement system is basically a functional integration of systems within the human body. And those three components of the human movement system is the skeletal, the nervous, and the muscular system. Let's talk about them. Let's learn about them. I'm going to be reading from my cards a little bit because I'm going back over this information myself. So, like I said, it's consisted of the muscular, the nervous, and the skeletal system. The nerves, muscles, and joints, they must all work together in order to create motion and movement within the human movement system. If either one of these components are out of alignment or something's going wrong with one of these components, it affects the other two, which ultimately affects the human movement system, motions, and things like that. A prime example I can give you, whenever you see someone that has a condition or whatever and their reflexes aren't too keen, or one may have a condition where their hand may be a certain way and whatnot, all that plays a part in the nerves and the human movement system and things like that. Something within their body isn't functioning properly within those three components that I just told you about. So that's just an example, a small example of what I'm talking about. Now, one of the main components of the human movement system is the nervous system, because the nervous system basically is a network of specialized cells called neurons that basically transmit and coordinate signals, providing communication network within the human body. So it communicates, it helps the body communicate with each other, with everything that goes on in the body, so that you can move these fingers. You know what I'm saying? So that you can taste the food that you're tasting, so that you can walk, so that you can do the things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis, so that you can get things done. Now, the nervous system, we all know, is consistent of two parts, which is the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Now, the central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system consists of nerves, which connect the brain and the spinal cords to the rest of the body, basically, so we can get that communication and things like that from the rest of the body. So, boom. The three primary functions of the nervous system is basically sensory, integrative, and motor functions. Let's talk about those. Here we go. The sensory function, number one, is the ability of the nervous system to sense changes in either the internal or external environment, such as basically a stretch on the muscle, which would be considered an internal change, or a change from walking on the sidewalk as opposed to walking on the sand. That would be an external change. And that's pretty self-explanatory. If you're walking on a solid, flat surface, and then you all of a sudden walk on the sand, the sensory functions of the nervous system is going to let your brain know, boom, there's been a change in surface. So that's basically what your sensory function does. The integrative function is the ability of the nervous system to analyze and interpret the sensory information to allow proper decision making, which allows for appropriate response. So, to piggyback off the sensory, as it says, to interpret the information that the sensory functions delivers, and so that you can make appropriate adjustments within that. So basically, the way I interpret that is if, like I said, you're walking on the sidewalk and you happen to walk on the sand or whatever case, your body is going to adjust to that, so that way you don't sustain any injuries or anything like that. Because you know it's easy to twist your ankle from one surface to the next. Like if you're walking down the street, boom, you walk over a rock. How many people have twisted their ankle just from something simple like that? I know I have plenty of time. So that's how I interpret that. If the interpretation isn't correct, please give me some feedback and we'll go from there. Now, motor function. Motor function is the neuromuscular or nervous and muscular system response to sensory information, such as causing a muscle to contract when stretched too far, or changing one walking pattern when walking in the sand as opposed to walking on the sidewalk. Now, it's pretty much the same thing as the integrative function, because everything is coming from the sensory function. But the difference is the integrative function is allowing you to interpret the information so that you do make the appropriate response, so that you don't twist that ankle or whatever the case. The motor function is allowing you to make the response. For example, when you go from a sidewalk to the sand, we're going to use the same example. When you go from a sidewalk to the sand, I know when I walk in sand, I kind of pick my feet up a little more. And when I'm walking on the sidewalk, people say I drag my feet a little bit. You know, those are the adjustments that the motor function allows me to make, you know what I'm saying, without a conscious thought. It's just something that happens. And that's how the body works, the human movement system. And as I said, you know, throughout this information right here, we all know that the nervous system is responsible for recruitment of muscles, learn patterns and movements, and the function of every organ in the human body. We know that. The nervous system that's what's up. It's booming. It controls everything. You know what I mean? So, hey, that's where it's at. Now, there's a way to train your nervous system, your human movement system, and it's called proprioception. Proprioception is the body's ability to sense the relative position of adjacent parts of the body. Okay, let's talk about that. And I'm going to give you an example. An example, when we walk or run, our feet gives a proprioceptive feedback about the type of surface or terrain we're on. So, training the body in a proprioceptive environment abilities will improve balance, coordination, and posture, and enable the body to adapt to its surrounding without consciously thinking about what movement is most appropriate for any given situation. Basically, what I just said when it comes to the motor, proprioceptive helps train all three: sensory, motor, and integrative. Boom. It's just dynamic. Let me say that. So basically, training your body in a proprioceptive manner will help increase day-to-day functions and things like that. So just like I just said, it is very important to train the nervous system efficiently to ensure that proper movement patterns are being developed, which enhances performance and decrease risk of injury throughout your day-to-day basis. So boom, today the topic was the human movement system. We're going to talk more on the human movement system, but you know, I didn't want to take up too much time, so we just dived into the nervous system and the components of the nervous system, which are components of the human movement system. So boom, there it is. That's how the body functions within the human movement system from the nervous system perspective. So Thursday, we're going to talk about it a little bit more. It's going to be a two-part to it. So please give me your feedback on this right here, what you think. If there's anything that I missed in regards to the nervous system of the human movement system, don't be afraid to give me your comments and let me know what you think. So take care. God bless. This is Lonnie Hill with Lonnie Hill's Flatline Fitness. This is where we burn calories, we flatline fat, we strengthen our heart, and make nutritional changes so that we can live a strong, healthier lifestyle. You can catch me on Facebook under Lonnie Hill Flatline. You can catch me on YouTube under Lonnie Hill's Flatline Fitness. And you can catch me on Instagram under Flatline Fitness 1. Take care. God bless. Keep God first in everything that you do. Family second. Follow your dreams. Don't stop at nothing. Peace.